This is the owner, amazing man. And so we're just gonna be asking him about his story, talking to him about OSME and how he got started and just his vision. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Montego Bay, Jamaica.
How'd you get here to Miami, Florida?
Came to study business.
Oh, really?
And after business school, worked in finance for a couple of years. And
Okay.
now I'm here.
Gotcha. Now, what school did you go to?
I went to, you mean here in the States?
Yeah.
I went to a private college called AIU.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was, but before that I went to Broward Community College.
Okay. Beautiful school. I know a lot of people from there. If you're from Miami, you know about Broward College. So, how did you get into perfumery? Like, I know that this wasn't your first profession, but what were some of the sparks and what were the catalysts that made you start OSME?
Okay. Well, what happened is I used to travel a lot. So me and my partner, which is my girlfriend, one day we actually went overseas.
Okay.
So we were in Dubai.
Oh wow.
I didn't really bring any perfumes with me, so I didn't have anything to spray on. So what happened is I asked the guy, can you tell me what are your best sellers? What's the good stuff? And he started to laugh. Because the brand that I was asking for, which is the Gucci's and the Pradas, they didn't have those.
So don't sell those.
Yeah, so typically those are the brands that you know of. Those are called designer brands. But when it comes onto high-end niche and artisan perfumes, those names are not really affiliated with quality. Those names are just for the people that don't know that there's a whole different world. You know, perfumes with a higher concentration of oils. You know, these are well blended. It takes 10,000 rose petals to make one bottle of perfume. With that said, the gentleman was like, I'm sorry, we don't really have any Prada, any Gucci, because at the time I think I used to wear Apothecary.
Okay.
And he was like, we don't have that. So I'm like, okay, well, what about Dolce & Gabbana, the original one? And he was like, well, I'm sorry, we also don't sell that. So I was like, well, what do you sell? So when he started to show me these niche and artisan perfumes, I was like, I don't know any of these brands. I never heard of them before.
Okay.
But when he started to explain to me what they were and the type of people that actually wear these perfumes, I was more intrigued because going back in history, some of these perfumes were made for kings, for queens. I have brands here that the owners of these brands make perfumes for the Queen of England. I have one guy who makes perfume for Michelle Obama. So getting back to what niche perfumes is all about, it's just better quality, better blended. So the gentleman was like, look, these are what we have. And when he started to show me the difference in the quality, and it kind of got me hooked. So I started to collect.
Okay.
And after like 10 or 12 years of collecting, me and my partner, we opened the store.
Wow. So I remember you saying that the niche perfumes is different from a designer perfume.
Yeah.
Exactly what is the difference? Because this right here is a niche perfume, technically boutique.
Yeah.
So what separates you from the designer?
Oh, that's easy. Like for example, the ones I have right here. This is a small company.
Okay.
From Italy.
Okay.
So it's well blended, meaning they use a lot of natural ingredients in their perfumes.
Oh, wow.
So it's not mass marketed. So the difference between the niche and the designer is that some of these they're more bespoke, they're more made to order. Like for example, this one here, I need to order some more and I have to wait 2 months before I can actually get it because
they make it by hand.
They make it. It's you know, niche is more limited. It's more for a smaller clientele, people
Okay.
that like finer things.
Gotcha.
The designer is for someone who just wants to smell good.
Okay.
These are more like expressions. I have one that smells like a 21-year-old bottle of scotch. I have one that smells like a bottle of wine. I have one that is so well blended that when you put it on, it wakes you up. The designer is just made, like for example, when a Gucci comes up with a perfume, Armani comes up with one that is similar, and Dolce & Gabbana, they have one that is similar. So
they're all competing.
So they're competing. That's all for the mass market.
Got it.
These are not for the mass market. These are made to jog memories. Your oldest memory is your olfactive memory.
Okay.
When you spray on one of these, it takes you back to a particular place and time because it's so well blended and so naturally made that when you spray it on, it almost transports you to a different place. So these are more like expressions.
Okay.
In the niche where we actually we consider perfumes to be an extension of your personality or an extension of you, the way how you dress, the way how you want to portray yourself to the general public.
Wow.
It's pretty much it's easy to tell you,
Yeah.
but when you actually come in and you actually see what the difference between the cookie cutter stuff for everyone else and what niche is,
Yeah.
it's night and day.
I remember when I first came in here and I met you and I started looking around and I smelt the ambiance and just all of the different senses in here. It overwhelmed me and also none of it made me sneeze, which was interesting because when I put on certain perfumes or fragrances at these designer stores, like when you go to Macy's and stuff, a lot of the stuff in there was just like all alcohol based. And when I came in here, for one, the fragrance lasts way longer, and for two, it was really soothing to my skin because, like you said, it's made with oils, natural oils and natural ingredients.
It does have a higher concentration of natural oils, but again, what might actually another difference is the base that they use in making these perfumes.
Okay.
The base is sometimes made from what is this molecule? It's called isoe-super.
Okay.
Which is used as a conductor to actually enhance the smell of the rose or the bergamot or the neroli. And that base is actually like good for you. That base is the base is what makes people sneeze. If it's done with a cheap base and it's a mass marketed product, then you might have a lot of reactions, negative reactions towards the perfume. But when it's well blended, then you're getting the best of the best.
Now, when did you guys get started? When did you guys open up OSME?
We opened up like a year and 10 months ago.
Okay.
Approximately. We
So
opened.
fairly new.
Yeah, fairly new. December. I think it's December 1st, 2016.
Wynwood is the art district here in Miami, and is filled with color, filled with so many diverse people. And so, what made you guys choose Wynwood to open up OSME?
There was no other option. Wynwood is just so full of life. It's if you know the history of Wynwood, it used to be all warehouses.
Oh wow, I never knew that.
So now that it's no longer like a clothing district, it is more the art district. So it's colorful. All the art is on the walls. You have different concepts. You have different stories that you wouldn't really find elsewhere. It's more people that are young and old entrepreneurs that don't want to do the cookie cutter store.
Gotcha.
They want to do something that is an expression of who they are. So you'll have a juice bar that kind of looks like a church, or you may have have a bar that looks like a library.
Gotcha.
So it's creating something that's just not a store. It's more like it's a visual paradise. It's mixed in with whatever your passion is. So that's a part of Wynwood.
Now, what was the inspiration of the layout of this store?
We wanted to do something that was against the grain.
Okay.
So we didn't want to have just shelves and a white or beige background. We wanted something that would be more expressive. So when you walk into the store, it has warm colors. It makes people feel more, more welcome.
Gotcha.
It is on the floors we have. What is it? On the floors we have some swans. Yeah. So it actually looks as if you're floating. The background itself, the back wall is like pink clouds, which birds flying in the clouds. So when you smell something, it's supposed to be making you float, so to speak. The store itself is pink and white. Sorry, pink and black.
Gotcha.
The black would represent the masculine, the pink would represent the feminine, and we just didn't have it where it's a nice flow. So the black flows into the pink, and it's just that is supposed to be unisex.
Gotcha.
Masculine, feminine, and it just flows. So anyone can actually come in and just feel welcome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. As soon as I walked in here, when I first came in, I felt welcome, and then also with your hospitality, and it was just unmatched. Because it's like when you come in here, it's like you're going to a high-end boutique, like a clothing boutique, a shoe boutique, anything. You gave me a full rundown of most of the fragrances. Let me smell. I learned my smell palette and everything, and it was just an amazing experience. And so, like, that's what you pretty much aim for, correct?
It's not about selling. It's more about the products will sell themselves. So what you want to give people is an experience. You want to give them something that they can actually, leave feeling, okay, I really enjoyed it.
Gotcha.
I learned something. It's about learning the style of fragrance that best fits you, and maybe you have multiple ones. But for example, a lot of people think that a cologne is for a man and a perfume is for a lady.
Is there a difference between cologne and perfume?
Actually, a cologne is a style of perfume. So you can actually know a cologne. Like for example, I have one. Like this one.
Okay.
So this is actually a brand called Etat Libre d'Orange.
Okay.
And this is the name of it is called a cologne. So a cologne is a perfume that is uplifting. Most of the notes are citruses.
Yeah.
So a woman can actually wear a cologne. Cologne is just a style of perfume.
Okay.
You have gourmand, you have chypre, you have woody oriental, you have fougere. You have
Those are all styles of perfume.
all different styles. So cologne is just a different style of a perfume.
So it's similar to like the clothing, right? Like clothing, where you have streetwear, you have business attire, and everything. So it's like everything. It has its own subsection within the overarching perfume.
Yeah, so it's like a cologne. It's more citrus based, so it will be fresh. A gourmand is something that smells very sweet, almost like it's edible.
Okay.
So everyone has every section have different notes that would put them in a certain category.
Now this is more on a personal side of things. What is one of your favorite perfumes?
Man.
Because since you are here every day, like what is it that you really enjoy?
Well, I'm a little bit different because I have one or two favorites from every brand.
Gotcha.
I just don't like the fresh or sweet. I like well blended. So anything that's well blended, I'm actually gonna like it.
Gotcha.
I have a couple things that I love. Actually, not a couple things. I love maybe if I don't like it, I don't bring it into the boutique. Well, not only me and my partner.
Yeah.
She couldn't be here today, but normally it's we smell it, and if we like it, then we bring it in. But to answer your question about which ones I like so much.
So it's hard to narrow
So
it down.
it's impossible to. They're all like children. So
Got it.
which one is going to be your favorite?
You can't choose.
Yeah. So it's just the style that I feel to put on that day.
Okay. So it's all based off your mood.
All based on.
And that's how perfume should be. It should be based off your mood. So
Yeah.
you guys should come here in OSME and buy a lot of perfume because your mood's gonna change, pretty much. All right. So what is it as far as when it comes to OSME? What separates you guys from a lot of different, or what separates you guys from different boutiques and different niche fragrance boutiques that's within the area or at least within the country?
Well, I'm not really 100% sure what separates us, but I can tell you what we focus on.
Okay.
We focus more on giving an experience. We don't really focus on selling because we want people to actually learn.
Right.
You see, I would say America is not a perfume culture. You have certain cultures that are more, they're very knowledgeable on it. It's the French, some of the Arabic countries. They don't leave the house with it. They take a shower and put it on 5 times a day.
Wow. It's like a ritual.
Yeah, they spray it in their hair, they spray it on their clothes. And I'm not saying that that's a better thing or a worse thing. I'm just saying that what we try to do here is to enlighten people on the uses of perfume. It can uplift your mood. You can actually use perfumes as an extension of your personality. You would actually put it on if you are in a joyful mood, or if you're going to work, you have something that's more serious. So we try to help people to determine a perfume for a particular occasion.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So before we wrap this up, I try to ask everybody that I interview these 3 questions.
Yeah.
So I have 3 questions for you. The first question is, what is success to you, and how do you define success?
Well, success is not really about money. What success is about is doing something that you're happy with, something that can put food on the table. Becoming rich is a byproduct. It's a little butter on the toast.
Got it.
Success is doing something that you love. Success is doing something that you can possibly leave something for your family. Success can be a lot of different things, but for me, success is really doing something that you really enjoy. It's actually giving people an experience that you won't forget.
I like that.
Just off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's an amazing answer. And see, that's why I like to say it, because a lot of people, they don't even expect it coming, but
Yeah.
you give the most, you're able to get the most raw answer from somebody and bring it on like that. And so, the second question is, what have you sacrificed to be here?
Oh. So one thing with business, I think that most people are, if you are an entrepreneur, you have to have a business plan. With that said, for our sacrifice, we pretty much sacrificed everything. We took out all the money out of our 401k to make this happen.
Wow.
No one would actually give us a loan. No banks.
Did the bank say that they want to give it to you based off of, they didn't understand the market?
Well, it's not the bank's job to support your dream.
That's
So
true.
that's the first thing. So if you go to the bank and the bank says, well, that's too risky, we're not going to give you a loan for that. The bank has to protect their interest or their money, because to be honest with you, most businesses fail.
True.
But for us, we had some money saved from before, and on top of that, we took out some money out of our 401k to make it a reality. So sacrifice it was a definite sacrifice, because if the business fails, then you are left with no money in your 401k. That sucks. But being your own boss is maybe one of the best feelings you can ever have. You get up in the morning and you have this high that you know that if you're late for work one day, you're just late. You don't really have a boss over your head. You have this freedom in your heart that gives you joy because you are your own boss. You are the one controlling your destiny. So you can actually make it work or not. Planning for a business is pretty much, the best thing. By having that business plan that I spoke about earlier, and as the years go on, you would add on to that business plan to say, okay, where I'm now, where I want to be in 2 years, where I want to be in 5 years, and at the end of the day, you want to have a good exit strategy so that if the business grows to be, so you're making $15 million a year, and you would like to sell that business, you would grow it to that exit strategy so that if a company wants to buy you out, you know how much you're worth and you know how much you're going to get paid. It's all planning. You have to plan and you have to make sure that you follow up on that plan. And you have to be willing to sacrifice. You pretty much have to be willing not to make any money for the first 2 years. But being an entrepreneur is not for everyone. You have to have balls of steel to be an entrepreneur. Point blank. If you want that blanket of that 9 to 5 comfort, nothing is wrong with a 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 is amazing, but no one is going to pay you what you're worth.
That's true.
No company is going to give you, unless you're a CEO of like a Fortune 500 company, no one is going to give you $1 million, $2 million a year. You have to get up and make that happen yourself. And the only way that's going to happen is if you either find something that you like to do, or find something that you like to do and make it work.
That's the only way.
That's the only way.
So before I get to the last question, I said something that sparked this question. What is your motto, or what is a quote that you live by?
Do what you love.
Do what you love.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
That's it.
I like that. So the last question, where do you see yourself in OSME in the next 3 to 5 years? Where would you like to see this go?
Well, I would say in the next 3 to 5 years, we will have our own brand. We'll partner with maybe with a major company to help us to bring this to the next level, which would include our own candles, our own perfumes. We may we will.
Like that, speaking into existence.
Of course, we will be we're already planning all of these that I'm talking about, which is helping hotels and small boutiques to develop their own set. So there's a couple things that will be happening in the next 3 to 5 years, and it's already in the business plan, and we're working towards it. So
that's beautiful.
We see OSME becoming not only more known, but more respected, and we'll just have to wait and see how far we'll take it.
Yes, sir. Well, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to interview you, allowing us to see this beautiful place that you built with you and your partner. And I just wish you nothing but success, my brother.
Thank you.
And just keep doing your thing. There's gonna be something in here that you're gonna like.
Yeah, the address is actually 50 Northwest 24th Street, Suite 111. It's Miami, Florida, zip code 33127.
All right, well, come check us out, and he's gonna be here.
All right.
You guys are closed on Mondays, right?
Mondays is the only day we're closed.
Got it. So 6 days a week, right here. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And hope you guys have an amazing day. And the rest of your week is a blessed one. Have a good one.